Uh,
Of course, because the American Constitution by arresting us, and then the judge would throw it out, chastise the police. Why are you wasting taxpayers' money? So eventually, 1977 in November, Srila Prabhupada's health really deteriorated over the few months in 1977. And my temple president, he didn't like sending me to India because I was a book distributor. And that was the source of revenue for the temple. But Prabhupada used to put emphasis on the devotees going out every day, that they should rejuvenate themselves by going to the Gorpanim festival every year. Somehow or other, I never got that opportunity at that time. So I was sent to Vrindavan to chant for Srila Prabhupada in his final days. Quite a few devotees. Yadavar Prabhu was there. Vishaka and Yadavar were there filming. Anyway, many of Prabhupada's godbrothers came to visit him, including Krishnadas Babaji, and he was glorifying Srila Prabhupada for what he had done. He'd created such a great miracle of struggling on a cargo boat at such a ripe old age and struggling to fulfill the order of his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Prabhupada was lying on the bed and he continued to translate, even though he was terminally ill. He continued to translate on his dictaphone every morning. He was continuing to translate, just like the warrior Bhishmadev, who was lying on a bed of arrows. Srila Prabhupada was lying there, hadn't eaten in many, many weeks, perhaps months, simply having some drops of orange juice. And so that morning I went, November 14th, at 3 o'clock, I went into Prabhupada's room and was chanting japa for him. And Srila Prabhupada was there with four, including myself. There was Bhakti Churu Maharaj, who was attending to him. And there was Jayadvaita Maharaj, and there was Bhardraj Prabhu, the famous artist. And Srila Prabhupada was trying to say something, but we couldn't understand what he was saying. But he was kind of waving his arms like this. And they were trying to understand what Srila Prabhupada was saying. And we were encouraged to massage Srila Prabhupada's feet, which were quite swollen. But around 1 o'clock, when we were having lunch, the Kaviraj told us that Srila Prabhupada was going to leave this world at around 7 p.m. So all the devotees, the news spread throughout the community, and we all gathered in Srila Prabhupada's room and started chanting for Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And we chanted throughout the entire afternoon. And around 7, just after 7, Srila Prabhupada was very silent. And then right at the end, he said, Hare Krishna, like that. And Lord Krishna took him in his arms. Srimati Radharani took him, and they embraced him. And we all became very, very, very sad, very emotional. We were devotees were lying on the ground, devotees were crying. And so it so happened that my GBC his name was Jagannath Puri. He was assigned the task of digging Srila Prabhupada's samadhi. There were no tractors, there were no excavators in India at the time, at least not in Vrindavan. So we had to dig Prabhupada's samadhi by hand. And Jagadish was canvassing for devotees to please help dig Prabhupada's samadhi. But devotees were in such great trauma, so overwhelmed by the emotion of loss that no one really felt like doing it. So Jagadish was saying, can I have some volunteers to dig Srila Prabhupada's samadhi? It's about 12 feet high, 10 feet wide by 10 feet wide. And of course, Raman Reti is very sandy, so it wasn't very difficult. So I put my hand up. And my godbrother, Abhinanda Prabhu, he was from Seattle Temple. We were friends. We said, okay, we'll do it. We'll dig Prabhupada's samadhi. Srila Prabhupada ki. So this was our service to Srila Prabhupada, to his Vapu form. We started digging his samadhi about 8 o'clock, 7:30, and the whole night, my devotees who knew me were looking for me. Where is Kripanidhi? And then that morning at 6, they went up to where the samadhi hole was dug, and they saw my head, and oh, there he is. And so we completed Prabhupada's samadhi digging. We were young brahmacharis, 26 years old. We had lots of energy. And so this was my service to Srila Prabhupada's form, the final service. I was very grateful to do that service to Srila Prabhupada. And then we took Srila Prabhupada's body to all the main temples of Vrindavan, Radha Damodar Temple, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda. We took to all the various prominent temples in Vrindavan with Srila Prabhupada's Vapu and Kirtan. So these are some of my memories of this day in 1977. And I pray to Srila Prabhupada that I can continue doing some small service at his lotus feet, and that I can always serve the devotees of the Lord and get their mercy also. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Kripaniri Prabhu. Now I would like to request His Grace Shesha Prabhu and his wife to kindly come forward and make their offering.
भारी रख दी चपली अंदर रख दी
Devotees, Imata Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Navani Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Vajayani Yavish Unyavari Prasad Srila Prabhupada ki. I don't know if I came across the microphone, but this is my wife, Madhamati Basi, and she's going to read our offering, Srila Prabhupada today.
Hare Krishna. So, Srila Prabhu's offering is a poem, and before I read the poem he wrote, to give a little background, Srila Prabhu was part of the library party, and the library party used to go to all the different universities and talk to the professors of religion or philosophy, and they would try to get a standing order of Srila Prabhupada's books. All Srila Prabhupada's books were not completely translated, the Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, and so they would talk to the professors, and so that as the books came out, they would then get those books. So that was the library party, which was headed by Srila Satrup Maharaj. While they were traveling, Srila Satrup Maharaj recommended Bhakta Seth to get initiated. And so because they were traveling, they didn't get a chance to actually be with Srila Prabhupada and get initiated by him at a fire sacrifice. The initiation for him took part through letter. So Satrup Maharaj had written a letter to him, to Prabhupada, and recommended Bhakta Seth. And so, so he wasn't, by this time, which was a few years since he was in the library party, he didn't really meet Srila Prabhupada face to face. He had seen Srila Prabhupada a few times, but he didn't meet him face to face. So I think it was in 75 that Srila Prabhupada was in Chicago, and Satsarup Maharaj wanted Srila Prabhupada to meet all the devotees who were in the library party. And so this was the first darshan of, at least for Srila Prabhu, and I'm not too sure of others, but he was going to meet Srila Prabhupada face to face. Now as he had written a poem, he was thinking that, he said to me that generally if it's not your mother language, it's hard to, I guess, so much appreciate a poem, just like a joke. If you tell a joke in another language and you translate that joke in your language, it's just hard. So to some extent, poems are like that. But I think it's a simple poem, and what he wanted to impress is for you to think, if you, it's a rhetorical question. I'm sure all of you would love to meet Srila Prabhupada. If you were to meet Srila Prabhupada for the first time, face to face, how would you feel? And I'll express this in Hindi, with whatever Hindi I know, for those who really, just to get the mood. अगर आप श्रील प्रभुपाद को सबसे पहली बार आमने सामने आपकी मुलाकात होती, आपके दर्शन होते, तो आपके मन में क्या भाव हो रहे होते उस समय? तो इस मेडिटेशन से आप ऐसा सोच के आप ये पोम हम पढ़ेंगे इंग्लिश में, तो आप ऐसा सोचिए. So this is his poem. The poem is called Darshan. Initiated by letter, unseen in the crowd, today would be different, a chance to stand proud. For you see, a call has come opening his space. Today we will have darshan with his divine grace. He had seen the results, his books now in college and libraries. So who did this work? His divine grace made some increase. It was the BBT library party, a group of traveling sages who focused on the visions seen in his divine grace's pages. Introductions were first as we nervously sat in rows, bearing our souls before Guru, one who certainly knows. Quote, Gokulananda, what a wonderful name, unquote. He said one of others there was silence, although a deafening one. As he moved down the line from one name to the next,
डिलीवर नहीं हुआ है
my
तो पता
heart
नहीं क्यों नहीं तेरा
pounding,
डेटा
my
नहीं
vision blurring, I began to reflect. What will you gain by staring into his eyes? Is this some kind of contest where equals vie for a prize? No. The true meaning of darshan is to be seen and not to see. Then suddenly, the glance of his divine grace directly examined me. As I heard my name called, I simply closed my eyes and with a bowed face, I prayed as he prayed to his Guru, quote, save me a fallen, your divine grace. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now I'll take the opportunity to express my offering as well.
108
Because it's
Hare
tall,
Krishna,
you
Shri
see
Devi
him
Prabhu,
looking down,
Shri
and his
Satya Shri
eyes
Vap.
are very piercing.
Hari Bol,
He's very brave.
Hari Bol.
So when I offer like a ghee lamp,
कौन?
नमा ओम श्रीपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद में कुछ ऐसा रहस्य है जो कि उनके शब्द भी नहीं बता सकते। वो प्रवचन देते हैं या बोलते हैं, पर उनकी आंखों में कुछ ऐसी गहराई है जो कि उनके खुद के शब्द नहीं बता सकते। उनकी आंखों में देखने से ऐसा लगता है कि वो उनका भगवान के साथ संपर्क है। कभी कभी उनके आंखों में आंखें भर आती हैं जब वो गाय माता की हत्या के बारे में या अबॉर्शन के बारे में या जनरल लोगों की कष्ट सुन के उनके आंखों में पानी गिरता, कभी उनके गालों में एक आंसू नीचे आता। उनकी आंखें बहुत रहस्यमय थी, कुछ रहस्य था उनकी आंखों में। उनकी आंखें भूरी रंग की थी और उनकी आंखों में जो रहस्य है वो बोलने से, बात करने से एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकते। एटलीस्ट महाराज बोल रहे हैं। उनकी एक इंग्लिश में कहावत है, बोलते हैं कि जो आंखें हैं वो आत्मा को देख सकती हैं। तो उन्होंने बोला कि वो लिखते हैं कि उनके उसमें सच बात है, क्योंकि उनकी आंखें अगर देखें तो वो उनकी आत्मा के पास पहुंचाती हैं। उनकी आंखों में बहुत करुणा और बहुत करुणा दिखाई देता है। उनकी आंखें अगर वो आपको देखते हैं तो वो आप उनके सामने नंगे हो जाते हैं, मतलब कि वो आपको देख सकते हैं कि आपके अंदर क्या है। और उनकी, अगर आप महाराज लगते हैं कि उनकी आंखों, मुझे इतनी इतनी पसंद थी उनकी आंखें। उनकी आंखों में ये था कि भाई जैसे कह रही हो, आई लव कृष्णा, कृष्णा इज माई लव। उनकी आंखें, उनकी अगर आप प्रभुपाद जी के साथ बैठते तो वो बहुत फ्रेंड, आप उनके साथ ऐसा लगता है कि फ्रेंडली हो, पर उनके पास नहीं आ सकते थे। उनकी आंखों में कुछ ऐसा था कि तुम आराम से बैठे हो, पर उनके पास, जैसे कि भी यहाँ बोलते हैं भाई तुम्हारा बड़ी हो या तुम्हारा यार हो, वो यार नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कि भाई आप कुछ बीच में ऐसा था, क्योंकि उनकी आंखें बहुत गहरी थीं, जो कि आप उनके बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं हो सकता था। और अगर अगर आप उनकी आंख से आंख मिलाना चाहें और आप सोचे कि हम प्रभुपाद जी को से आंख मिलाएं, तो आपकी आंख गिर जाती थी, नहीं देख पाती ऐसा। ऐसी प्रभुपाद की आंखें, प्रभुपाद जी की आंखें भूरी थी और उनका त्वच जो था वो गोल्डन थे। penetrated your own soul, left you naked before Him in all your foolishness and sinfulness. He exposed you with His glance. He penetrated to your core. I loved His eyes and the message they conveyed. They said, I love Krishna. Krishna is my love. Prabhupada had brown eyes, soul eyes, and they came from deep within. He was friendly, yet distant. You couldn't get close to him. There was a barrier in his eyes because he was so deep. They kept you from getting too familiar with him, like an equal or a buddy. He was on a transcendental plane. He made you drop your eyes and not look further after a while. He kept you out, yet let you see he was a saint from another world. Prabhupada had soul eyes, brown eyes, and golden skin. His lips were full. His skin was smooth, but especially his eyes caught your attention and convinced you he spoke the truth. He knew of truth beyond the surface. His glance told all, but you couldn't decipher it. He was a mystery, looking out from soul eyes, frankly at whoever dared to stare back at him. He was my Prabhupada, all soul eyes, beautiful brown eyes of the spiritual master who came from the spiritual world. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Srila Prabhu and Mataji. Now I would like to request His Holiness Srila Chandramouli Swami Maharaj to kindly come forward and make his offering. After that, we will have a small presentation from the Temple of Vedic Planetarium.
Om Agyan Timidandasya Gena Jana Salakaya Chaksu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So wonderful to be here with all the devotees and to recall all of the heartfelt experiences and memories from the devotees. In 1949, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada had already been carving out his mission, preparing himself for his advent into the Western world, and how he was going to present that program of Krishna consciousness. And he wrote one particular treatise, article. It was called the Gita Nagari Concept. And in that, it's a long article, quite lengthy. Of course, after completing it, he presented that to the Deputy Prime Minister of India at that time, Dr. Sadar. But the essence of that particular article was the principles that he would inaugurate in bringing Krishna consciousness to the Western world. And Srila Prabhupada became inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's program. And that was pretty much the essence of that article. And in that, he emphasized four main principles, which later became some of the main principles that Srila Prabhupada taught and inspired us to follow and also to preach. And those four principles were holy books, holy names, temple worship, education, spiritual education, and ultimately a lifestyle that is conducive to simple living Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada was a visionary. He knew what he wanted to do. Of course, he adjusted when he came to the West, seeing what he had to work with, us. There's one particular statement where Srila Prabhupada said, I was looking for first-class men, couldn't find any. Second class, none. Only third and fourth class. But then he made one statement. He said, I found one first class, Damodar. He was referring to Swarup Damodar Maharaj. And in that article, he studied, of course he was also a Gandhian in his early life, very strict follower of Gandhi's principles. And then, of course, when he met Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he moved towards the program or the principles of spiritual education, of spiritual knowledge, inspired by his spiritual master Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. But he said that Gandhi would, wherever he was, although he was working in the political field, he still maintained his spiritual activities. So wherever he was traveling, he would visit the temple. Wherever he was, he would offer his regular prayer. So holy books, holy names. That became the foundation by which Srila Prabhupada began. And we've heard from the devotees who have spoken so far today on how Srila Prabhupada had such faith and emphasized the importance of Harinam Sankirtan, especially at the beginning. You see the early Bhakti Godhead magazines, very colorful pictures of devotees doing Harinam everywhere in different places, mostly in the United States. Then eventually, as the years went on, came into Europe. So Prabhupada had a lot of faith, and he understood the power of the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Kali Kale Namarupa Krishna Avatar. Namahoite Haya Sarva Jagat Nistara. Krishna has come personally in the sound of his holy name. And also he emphasized that temple worship, Gandhi, whatever he was, he would usually visit the local temples. So Prabhupada could understand that. He said, I could live under a tree and I could chant Hare Krishna, but who would come? Especially in the Western world. So Prabhupada saw the importance of establishing deities and establishing worship according to the Pancharatrika Vidi, and inspiring people through the means of deity worship and coming to the temples. And Srila Prabhupada writes about that, how important his temple worship was, that this was a place where devotees could develop loving relationships with each other. He said, I have established these temples to facilitate the 6 loving relationships between the devotees, which is the foundation for the culture of the practice of Krishna consciousness, Sadhu Sangha. And then Srila Prabhupada, Gandhi would also talk about the Harijan movement, how charmers, bungis, those who are considered by society to be of the low-class standard, should automatically have the same rights as everyone else for education, for worship. But Prabhupada saw that just simply by stamping or giving title to or giving a position of people of that culture wouldn't actually fulfill the need, both for the individual and for the position they might hold. So Prabhupada emphasized the importance of spiritual education. And of course he wrote so many books, tirelessly writing books. You can hear as he speaks about his books how much importance he wanted us to read his books, to study his books, to preach his books to others, to understand his books in a practical way and how we can live accordingly. So Prabhupada emphasized these 3 things, and then when he came to the United States in 1965, and I think it was towards the end of 65 or the beginning of actually it was the beginning of 1966, he established 7 principles by which he wanted to establish the practice and the distribution of Krishna consciousness around the world. And they became the foundation, these 7 principles. But again, in that article, he emphasized the importance of one other aspect that Gandhi wanted to develop within the Indian society, and that was village life. Make the villages self-sufficient, inclusive, not depending outside for one's livelihood. So when Prabhupada left the planet in 1977, and mostly during that year, his last year with us, he spoke a lot about that last part of his mission. He said, build these farm communities. He says we have 2 very powerful programs: book distribution, farm communities. What he meant by saying that when we put emphasis on these, they will have great amount of results. They will get practical, doable, and people will become inspired, a livelihood, a social development for our society, and at the same time propagating transcendental knowledge. So I wrote my article, or actually my offering to Srila Prabhupada based around this last one. I'm going to read a little bit from that offering, which kind of illustrates Srila Prabhupada's, what we say, as he said, the unfinished business. In 1977, he said, 50% of my mission is still incomplete, and that it was Varnashram Dharma farm communities. So he wrote, this is a letter, actually this is a morning walk in Delhi, 1975, November 29th. Civilization will collapse very soon all over the world. It will collapse. Either you make this ism or that ism, this civilization will collapse. People become bad, being harassed in so many ways. When one is harassed by so many problems, he commits suicide. So that position is coming. And Prabhupada said that in 1973. He said in 50 years this Western civilization will be finished. You count 50 years. Continue. Over the last couple of years, this is me, we have been witnessing the gradual deterioration of Western civilization, as you predicted 50 years ago. As I travel around, I see that devotees are their part bettering their awareness and understanding how important it is to emphasize your vision for the future of ISKCON in the world by developing Daivi Varnashram centers around the Krishna conscious farm communities. We are attempting to achieve this by placing more attention, time, and energy to help unfold Krishna's way of life, a simple life of cow protection, Brahminical culture, chanting of the holy name, and worship of the Supreme Personality of God. And as Srila Prabhupada mentions in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, he gives a holistic understanding of what is Krishna consciousness. It's comprising these three principles. One, Brahminical culture, living according to the values and the tradition of transcendental knowledge and the behavior of the Vaishnava. Brahminical culture. And second was cow protection. Of course, we say not only cow protection, but cow care. Caring for Mother Bhumi. She's God's gift, actually, to the human culture. But we can see, and we have also heard how devotees have expressed Srila Prabhupada's anguish and his sadness when he would mention how the cow was being mistreated, abused, neglected, and killed simply by the Western society. And nothing was changing. And it's still like that in many places today. Prabhupada, this is a letter to Hari Sari. He said, Krishna is the farmacharya, Balaram is holding the plow, and Krishna is holding the calf. Quote, Srila Prabhupada, our farm projects are an extremely important part of our movement. We must become self-sufficient by growing our own grains and producing our own milk. Then there will be no question of poverty. So develop these farm communities as far as possible. They should be developed as an ideal society depending on natural products, not industry. Industry has simply created godlessness because they think they can manufacture everything that they need. Our Bhagavad Gita philosophy explains that men and animals must have food in order to maintain their bodies. And the production of food is depending on the rain. And the rain, of course, is depending on chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's an interesting statement in Srila Prabhupada's one of his verses in the Srimad Bhagavatam in the first canto, 10th chapter, where he explains how under certain constellations that appear within the cosmological heavens, when it rains at that particular time, the rain, when it falls on the head of a snake, it becomes jewels. When that same rain falls on the head of an elephant, it becomes gems. And when it falls in the ocean, it becomes pearls, and it's taken by the oysters. That particular constellation is called Swati. It's a rare constellation, but when it rains during that time. So Prabhupada was making the point, why do we have to depend so much on this Western materialistic technological civilization for whatever you need? Everything is there provided by the Supreme Personality of Godhead through material nature. Therefore, Prabhupada, you can see his statements, especially in the first canto, 7th canto, and his general statements, how he emphasized this way of life. And it goes on to say, therefore let everyone chant Hare Krishna, eat nicely, and keep their bodies fit and healthy. This is the ideal lifestyle. That was a letter to Rupanuga on December 18th, 1974. So again, just to emphasize Srila Prabhupada's desire for the development of a social system that will be the foundation for our execution of Krishna consciousness, he mentions in his 7 purposes, purpose number 6, to bring the members closer together for a more purpose of teaching a simpler and more natural way of life. So this is, as Srila Prabhupada said, my unfinished part of my mission. And that means that's up to us. It is happening, but unfortunately it's not happening fast enough. We are too much dependent on this Western technological civilization for everything we need. And as things deteriorate, we could have to struggle more and more just to maintain whatever we have established. But that's more or less a lifestyle that really cuts into our ability, time, energy to practice Krishna consciousness. Because in that simpler, more natural lifestyle, of course, what I'm saying is foundational. There's much more to this topic that needs to be discussed. But this was Srila Prabhupada's general principle, is to build these farms and to teach a more simpler way of life. He explained that as society will deteriorate, people in general from the Western culture will be looking for some shelter. I was just listening to Rameshwar Prabhu. He was speaking the same thing, that thousands of people, as Srila Prabhupada said, will be coming to our farms looking for shelter. So you might say this is a little futuristic, but if we look around, as we were hearing from Jagannath Prabhu this morning, he was speaking the same thing, that we're seeing this whole Western civilization is starting to collapse. And it's collapsing fast. Whether it will continue, Srila Prabhupada said yes, it will. And if we become overly dependent, then we will find ourselves struggling just to maintain whatever we need in order to live nicely. So this was Prabhupada's vision for us. And he gave many, many details on how this should unfold in a very practical way. If you read the Bhagavatam, he dedicates entire purports to explaining what is the foundation and what is the need for the human culture to live in such a way. It's all based on Krishna's way, natural living. So I just wanted to make that point because I think it's very important that as we look towards the future of our families, the stability of our life, and the practice of our Krishna consciousness, we find that this lifestyle, as Srila Prabhupada encouraged, not only encouraged, really encouraged us to develop, is the foundation for happiness and success in the execution of Krishna consciousness. That gives us more time, more energy, and less detail, pushing our minds away from this whole society, which simply is sapping, as Srila Prabhupada would have, sapping the energy of the human race. So this is important. It's a big part of Srila Prabhupada's mission. We call it the unfinished business. So we're seeing it happening in different places around the world, but still there's a lot to go in that area. So Srila Prabhupada, when he was ill in his last days, in September of 1977, he decided, he got a little bit of his health back at that time. There was a resurgence of his health, and he decided, I'm going to go to Gita Nagari and teach you how to live on the land. I'm going to show you personally. He was determined. He actually wanted to give that in a very working way to us by his own example. Unfortunately, when he got to London, his health really deteriorated fast, and he was forced to come back to Vrindavan and finish his last days there. So he never did get to show and demonstrate what he wanted to. But this just to show you how determined and how much Prabhupada emphasized developing this simple lifestyle, which is based on Krishna consciousness, simple living, high thinking, chanting the holy names, growing your own food. He said that the food you grow on your own farms is 100 times more nutritious than what you buy in the shops and the stores. So many statements comparing a natural lifestyle to the present lifestyle. And Prabhupada was a visionary. He was a revolutionary. He said, I want to turn this whole Western civilization upside down. I want to bring Krishna consciousness in according to the Vedic culture everywhere. It seems so impossible if you look at the situation, but we're seeing now that devotees are becoming more and more. Our society is increasing in numbers. More and more programs are developing. Preaching is going on. When I was in America for 4 months, I saw people that I had been going to the same places for years now coming forward, taking responsibility, chanting, bringing their families, and practicing Krishna consciousness more and more. There's an upsurge in our movement, and this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's encouragement to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And a very big part and the foundation for the stabilization of our society and for the world is developing these farm communities, Varnashram Dharma. So thank you very much for giving me a chance to speak to all of you. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. So first, I would like to play a video for 5 minutes. After this video, I'll speak a few words, after which His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj will conclude with a few words about the temple of Vedic Planetarium. Can we start the video, Prabhuji? The video shows about the progress of the temple of Vedic Planetarium. This is the recent video which is going viral in all social media. Is it ready? Is there a sound to it? नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाष्टाततेशतारिणे अजानुलंबितौ भुजौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनकपितरो कमलाय दाक्षो विश्वम्बरो द्विजबरो युगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो 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 नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्राय सुभद्रायां जगन्नाथाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा। Srila Prabhupada Ki. Thank you. First of all, I would like to take the blessings of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, who had kindly allowed on this auspicious day to speak about the temple of Vedic Planetarium. Secondly, I would like to take the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas here, so that I can speak a few words to inspire all of you today. Thirdly, on behalf of Ambarish Prabhu and Swaha Mataji, who has conveyed their obeisances to all of you who are attending this Puri Yatra 2023. Today is most auspicious day in our lives. The disappearance day of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Actually, what we see is only His appearance. In disappearance, we only see His appearance. He lives forever in His instructions, and the followers lives with Him. We see only His appearance, whether it is book distribution, whether it is prasadam distribution, whether it is festival, yatra, any aspect of Krishna consciousness, we see only His appearance. And today, He is appearing through the temple of Vedic Planetarium here in Puri Yatra to inspire all of you today, so that this temple can be opened on time and He can offer it to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as His personal offerings. Srila Prabhupada told His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj in Mayapur, I had given you kingdom of God. Take it, develop it, and enjoy it. We have taken the kingdom of God. Now we are developing the kingdom of God. And the crest jewel in the kingdom of God is the temple of Vedic Planetarium. We are creating a Vaishnav nation. A Vaishnav nation where people of the whole world can come to Mayapur and be part of this Vaishnav nation. And the crest jewel of that Vaishnav nation is the temple of Vedic Planetarium. His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj, he was asking Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, I am trying to understand your desire. It seems two things pleases you the most. One is book distribution. And the second one is building this biggest temple in Sridham Mayapur. Srila Prabhupada's eyes lit up. He had a big smile. And he said, yes, you have understood my desire. If you all build this temple, Bhakti Vinod Thakur will come and take you back home, back to garden. Actually, what we are doing, yesterday Maharaj in his lecture, he was saying, if you sleep in Puri Dham, you are doing meditation. If you gossip here, you are glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you are walking here, you are doing a parikrama of all the holy places. But one thing which I want to add today, if you give here to build Temple of Vedic Planetarium, you are building your eternal home in Golok Vrindavan. This is the power of this holy Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham. Just by giving, you are having an eternal home. And Srila Prabhupada said this. If you build a temple for Krishna in this world, Krishna is building your eternal home in Vaikuntha. You can clap a little bit louder also. This is what we live for. We are keeping the life alive to see the Sankirtan movement alive. By building this temple, the Sankirtan movement will be alive for the next 10,000 years. This is guaranteed. Next year, we are going to open the largest Narsingadev temple in the world. Starting from February 29, which is the 150th appearance of His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. 1st March, a grand Mahayagya. 2nd March is the opening of the grand Narsingadev temple. A big Haribol. This is Lord Narsingadev. Bhugandam Varanandam Paravarabiritam Dampa Dampor Dampam. Dim 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 didimbam Dahamabi Dahamai. Jampa Jampaisa Jampai. Tulyastu Tulyastu Tulyaha. Kuma 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 Kai Kunkuma Kai Kuma Kai Yetate Purna Yuktam Karahara Satair. Patumam Narasimham. This is Lord Narsingadev. We are building his home. Next year it is going to be a grand celebration. And I take this opportunity to invite all of you here. There are 10,000 devotees here. There will be million in Sridham Mayapur witnessing Lord Narsingadev temple opening in Sridham Mayapur. And we have this opportunity today with all of us. We can make it happen. Lord Narsingadev has come personally to protect us. Inside the home, outside the home, whether in the sky, whether in the road or on the sea, any place, He is there to protect all of us. And that Lord, and that worship of that Supreme Personality of God is given to us by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This is our fortune. He has created our fortune. What we are doing is, we are using that fortune to establish Krishna consciousness, Krishna prastaya bhutale, establishing Krishna consciousness for the pleasure of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So there are several opportunities how all of you can participate. Many of you had given. We are grateful for all those who had given. And many of you are eagerly waiting to participate. And for those who are eagerly waiting, there are several opportunities. It is very, very, very easy to give to Krishna. What is difficult? Srila Prabhupada used to say, what is the difficulty? What is the difficulty and what is the difficulty? The difficulty is, you walk outside this pandal without giving to Krishna. That is the difficulty. The difficulty is not giving to Krishna. The difficulty is you walking out without giving to Krishna. So there are several opportunities as we are running the marathon. There is a 3-year marathon. In this marathon, our slogan is, we run, you win. We run temple to temple, countries to countries, cities to cities, people to people, program to program, yatra to yatra. Everywhere we run. Your victory is to see your lordships, Shri Shri Radha Madhava, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Prahlad Narsinghadev, to move into their new home along with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. This is your victory. We have these medallions. As in the marathon, you have to win the marathon to get a medallion. Here, you have to just desire, you will get a medallion. A gold medallion, silver medallion, bronze medallion. We have awards. Prabhupada Seva Award. A beautiful award. This is a beautiful Prabhupada Seva Award. This is more beautiful than any Oscar award. We have trophies. Even if India win the World Cup, you will not get a trophy like this. There is Srila Prabhupada inside. So, beautiful trophy. I'm proud to hold this trophy, and you should also be proud to hold this trophy. So, the awards are starting from bronze is 1.5 lakhs, silver is 2 lakhs, and gold is 3.5 lakhs. The medallion, the award is from 11 lakhs to 50 lakhs and so on and so forth. What I request you today is, you have 3.5 years, 3.5 years. You can give in installments. What I'm asking you is only sankalpa. You have to write and give it in our booth. Write this form, phone, email, address, and tick, all gold. Today is the golden day. Today is the disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada. We take a sankalpa. We do only gold for the golden avatar in Puri Dham. Sri Kshetra. This is Sri Kshetra. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a challenge in Sri Kshetra. You take any of this pledge, and after 3.5 years, you come and tell me that, Prabhuji, you told, take a pledge. I took a pledge on the name of Lord Narsinghadev. And you told Lord Narsinghadev will put the money in your bank. And he didn't. I will be your guarantor. I'll fill your pledge. This is a guarantee. At least I'm doing a guarantor. You can clap a very... So please fill this form. Very, very important. Your sankalpa on this holy land of Puri will build Mayapur. This will build Mayapur. Fill the form. We have our booth. You can give the form there. You can get your medallions. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj will touch all the medallions, so you will get double the blessings. So I invite now His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj to speak a few words and inspire all of you so that you can make this pledge, and together we can stand in front of Lord Nrsimhadev temple opening and have tears in our eyes that we could take a little portion of our money and build this temple. So I now welcome His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. We have Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj also here from Mayapur, who is representing Mayapur everywhere. Now I invite His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj to inspire all of us so that we can build this temple fast, soon, very, very soon. Thank you all so very much. After Maharaj speaks, I have two more announcements, very important announcement, which the management asked me to say. So now over to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. I am going to give a medallion to Maharaj, and after this medallion is $1 million, okay?
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadesh Dharine Vanshakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patithanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktabinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. It is a special blessing upon all of us that we could be together on the disappearance day of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, in Shri Purushottam Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham. It is here in Jagannath Puri that Thakur Bhaktivinoda composed a poem for the Samadhi Mandir of Srila Haridas Thakur. One particular verse, he reasons ill who say that Vaishnavas die when thou art living, still and sound. Vaishnavas die to live, and live to spread the holy name around. Thakur Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote this in honor of Sri Namacharya Haridas Thakur. who was empowered by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be the Acharya of the Holy Name, the Yuga Dharma. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur here in Jagannath Puri prayed in the same mood of Sri Advaita Acharya, prayed to Krishna to come to spread the Sankirtan movement, to alleviate suffering and bless humanity with pure love for Krishna. He prayed for an eternal associate of the Lord to descend to assist him in this mission. Here in Jagannath Puri, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada was born as the son of Thakur Bhaktivinoda and Bhagavati Devi. Srila Prabhupada considered it very significant and special that in the year 1896, when Srila Prabhupada appeared in this world, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur sent an essay that he published into a book form to universities and colleges in various places of the Western world. That booklet was entitled Sri Chaitanya, His Life and Precepts. In the year that Srila Prabhupada took birth, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was sending the message, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya to the Western world. In 1922, at Ultadanga Junction Road in Calcutta, upon his first meeting with his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada told our Srila Prabhupada, first words ever spoken, "You are intelligent young men. Please take the message of Lord Chaitanya in the English language all over the world." The very message of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's father. And it was here in Jagannath Puri that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada wrote his last instruction to our Srila Prabhupada, 2 weeks before he departed from this world, with the same message. Bring the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the whole world through the English language, and the whole world will benefit and you will benefit. Srila Prabhupada made this mission his life and soul. With all the suffering, conflict, confusion, hypocrisy that is plaguing our planet, he was giving the very heart and essence of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and all Vedic literatures. Giving the world the opportunity to understand the life and the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. That was Srila Prabhupada's aim of translating and having us distribute his books. That was Srila Prabhupada's purpose of opening temples, of having festivals and farm communities and schools. One of the very primary dreams and purposes that Srila Prabhupada shared with us and held us responsible to fulfill was the building of the temple of the Vedic planetarium in Sri Mayapur Dham. Why? Mayapur Dham is the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the birthplace of the Sankirtan movement. It was in Navadvip Mayapur that the Panchatattva came together for the first time to break open the storehouse of love of God, to taste the contents of the love of the spiritual world of Goloka, and to distribute that love for Krishna to everyone, without considering who is fit or who is unfit, without considering a person any external designations of anyone. Whatever the place, whatever the time, and whoever the soul is, they were begging everyone to take Krishna Prema and Krishna Sankirtan. The temple of the Vedic planetarium was Bhakti Vinod Thakur's dream, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's dream, and Srila Prabhupada's dream. The dream to bring people from all over India and all over the world to the holiest place of Lord Chaitanya's birth, to understand the life and precepts of Lord Chaitanya. What will be the experience hundreds of millions of people come to the planetarium for generations to come? For whatever reason they may arrive, they will see the magnificent form of Panchatattva on the center altar, and the worshipable Shri Shri Radha Madhav, Narasimha Dev, and our Guru Parampara. The Temple of Vedic Planetarium is to attract people to come on a pilgrimage to this holiest of all holy places, to understand the glories of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, to be educated and inspired with faith in Lord Chaitanya's teachings. Yes, the building of this temple in Srila Prabhupada's international headquarters was of the same spirit, for the same purpose as everything Srila Prabhupada did. Ratha yatras, didis installed, books distributed, yatras to places like Jagannath Puri. I'm so grateful to Ambarish Prabhu and Swaha Devi. Among all of us, Srila Prabhupada gave everybody within his movement the responsibility to help build this temple, to bring the world to Lord Chaitanya. Srila Prabhupada traveled the world to give Lord Chaitanya, and he's inviting everyone in the world to come to Mayapur to receive Lord Chaitanya. Ambarish Prabhu and Swaha Devi, Srila Prabhupada gave a very direct responsibility to take up this project. And Braj Vilas Prabhu is giving his life, his energy, his health, his everything. He's traveling the world. In fact, our very beloved god brother, Jananivas Prabhu, with his ill health, his very elderly age, to this day, he's traveling. He never would leave Mayapur for any reason. For decades and decades, he never left because he was the head pujari. But now he's traveling the world because he understands what his deities really want. To inspire us to help build the temple of Vedic Planetarium. Today on Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day, I'm humbly requesting whoever and however and whatever we can do, let us all help to fulfill this blessed dream of our Guru Maharaj, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Thank you very much.
His Holiness Jagannath Swami Maharaj Ki. I was asked to do 2 announcements. Is the mic set now? Okay. Today, on this auspicious disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada in Jagannath Puri, we are launching an app which is called Vani app. The big Haribol. This is under the inspiration of His Holiness Jagannath Swami Maharaj. This app, Vani app, is an ISKCON's professional course platform that you feel comfortable sharing with friends and colleagues. We have Netflix, we have Disney, Amazon Prime, but we don't have a platform that shares Krishna consciousness. And today, this Vani app will share Krishna consciousness. To experience breathtaking professional courses from Her Grace Janavi Harrison Mataji, Raghunath Prabhu, His Grace Radhika Das, His Grace Gauravani Prabhu, and His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and many more devotees from across the world. So we are launching this app with 150 plus classes, 200 plus lessons. What you have to do is you have to go to www.vanischool.in/gift and you can be a member of this app. You can register yourself. And Gauranga Prabhu, I'm not sure where is he. He is saying, I myself will buy 200 of these for my friends and people I am cultivating. Vani app ki. My second announcement is Dairam Prabhu had sent this announcement. He wants everybody to take a sankalpa to chant. Everybody to take a sankalpa. There are 10,000 devotees here. If everybody takes a sankalpa to chant 108 times, Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvadomukam Narshingam Bhishma Matram Mrityu Mrityu Mamamyaham. So if you chant 108 times every day once, it takes only 5 minutes. Every day once for 3 months. All these 10,000 devotees with a sankalpa that full victory, full success for ISKCON registered by Srila Prabhupada in Mumbai in 1971 in the cases to be heard by the Supreme Court. I'm going to read it again. Full success for ISKCON registered by Srila Prabhupada in Mumbai in 1971 in the cases to be heard by the Supreme Court. Please chant this mantra Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum once every day for the next 3 months. Thank you all so very much. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Tagore Premanande Haribo.
Hare Krishna. So now we'll have an offering made by His Grace Yadubal Prabhu, followed by Her Grace Mandakini Mataji, and then we will have Jai Anilo prayers for Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutade Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Bacharane Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Parskatare Sitanane. Srila Prabhupada Ki. I'll read you a short letter I've written for Vyasa Puja. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you who have done miracles in spreading Krishna consciousness worldwide in such a short period of time. As you have taught us, it is not our endeavor alone that we can be successful. Rather, it is our pure desire and the sanction and insistence of Guru and Gauranga that we're able to accomplish anything. And as you have said many times, the secret to your success is that you have not changed anything from what you have heard from your spiritual master and your lords. Please bless us all to reach and maintain a higher level of consciousness through devotion, determination, and patience in this hard struggle against the forces of Maya. Patience is such an important quality. Srila Prabhupada, you were so patient during your years before coming to America, and also in the beginning in the Bowery, and took all the many setbacks as Krishna's will, never giving up and persevering to the end. I often turn to your profound words translating on your bed in Vrindavan. Quote, everything is acting, moving by the supreme desire of Krishna. This consciousness is Krishna consciousness. If we deeply understand your statement that nothing in this material world will give us disturbance, since we see everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, as Krishna's supreme desire. Some will complain, why is God, who is so benevolent, allow so much pain to befall seemingly innocent people? It is his perfect way of urging us, sometimes gently and sometimes forcefully, to understand that this world is not our home. It is elsewhere in Krishna's delightful kingdom. You wrote, if you love someone, then you want to glorify them all over the world. This is our mission, to glorify you all over the world as the one who by far did the most to spread India's glorious Vedic culture worldwide, and to give everyone a sure and simple path back home, back to Godhead. In a small step toward that goal, we have dubbed your movie Hare Krishna, the mantra, the movement, and you, Srila Prabhupada, who started it all. In all the major languages of India, Hindi, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam. This is due to the long and hard efforts of Madhava Prabhu of Hare Krishna Media in Mumbai. Now we have an offer by Kuti Padmini, a well-known film producer and Tamil actress, to dub your movie in Aryan and Urdu. The offer came last week after she attended your Krishna Balaram Mandir and was enlivened by all she saw. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for giving us the most valuable gem of Krishna consciousness, without which our whereabouts would be unknown. Your servant always, Yadu Das. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Yaduguru Prabhu. Now I would like to invite Her Grace Mandagini Mataji. Could you please kindly come on the stage and make your offering?
Omat Kana Timilandasya Gyanam Shanam Sarakaya Shaksul Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutali Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nilvisesa Shunyavadi Pashatyade Shatarini Vanshakalpa Tarubhyasha Kripa Sindhu Vyaevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotee, Hare devotees, Hare Krishna, dear Jagannath Swami, dear Maharaj. I feel so grateful today to be with you in Jagannath Puri. Actually, Jagannath Puri is the land of separation, and it's quite befitting to celebrate Srila Prabhupada Disciples Day in Jagannath Puri, because it's a mood of separation. So this morning, we heard for the wonderful preachers and leaders of the yatra, glorification of Srila Prabhupada, of his deeds, of his spreading the mission, of his sacrifices. And only one of these wonderful leaders spoke about the departure. But now it's about the time of departure. It was on November 14th of 77 of the lunar calendar. And I think it was 7 o'clock and 20, so a few minutes ago. So the mood is more of separation. So for us, in his daughters and son, it's a mixture of great happiness and of grief. It's like an eternal time of meeting and separation, where we feel, in a way, very happy, very proud that Srila Prabhupada actually went back home, back to Godhead, in such a glorious way. Our eternal Father, our well-wisher, until his last breath, was giving the last lesson, and the final lesson. But it was a time that most of us, we felt helpless, we felt orphans, and the solace to meet Srila Prabhupada through his Vani association came soon. It was a relief. It was again meeting in separation. Srila Prabhupada told us in the beautiful movie Yadu Baba and Vishaka Prabhu made. We heard Srila Prabhupada when after heart attack again, when he was going to India, trying to tell the devotees that it will never be any separation. He very beautifully said, actually, you will be chanting Hare Krishna here, and I will be chanting Hare Krishna there. And that beautiful holy sound vibration will circulate all over the universe. It won't be any separation. He said, I've already been given notice. So one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, he said, Srila Prabhupada, when we will go to the spiritual world, are we going to recognize you? And Srila Prabhupada said, yes, you will recognize me, but most of it, you will recognize each other. And he turned to the disciples present there. And you know, at that time, sometimes there were conflicts not resolved yet. So Srila Prabhupada said, you better resolve your conflict now, because in the spiritual world, it will be the same, and he pointed out, the same Brahmananda, the same Garga Muni. So please, you resolve your conflicts now. This morning, one very nice devotee, Dayal Chandra Prabhu from Chopati, I believe, was speaking about Srila Prabhupada's generosity. He told us the very famous story that I think it was during a morning walk, Srila Prabhupada told the devotees, even if you become 90% Krishna conscious, I will take you home back to Godhead. And Haribo. But the devotees felt very scared. They said, Srila Prabhupada, 90%, it's not possible for us. Then Srila Prabhupada lowered the challenge. He said, okay, 80%. And again, the devotees, Srila Prabhupada, very, very difficult. Then Prabhupada, from what I heard, said, okay, 70% or maybe 60%, that's my last word. And the devotees went, Jai, Jai, Haribol, Haribol. But one devotee, feeling very sad, waited for Srila Prabhupada to be alone. He came to him and he said, even 70, 60%, I won't be able, Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada told him, don't worry. You just hold on to my dhoti. He said, I have the key to the back door and I will bring you there. So, he's our eternal well-wisher. He said, you may leave me, I will never leave you. During the parikrama we did the first day, a very nice Vaishnavi from Alachua, Charati Devidasi, was narrating a very amazing event. She was speaking of the departure of a dear God brother, Nanda Kumar Prabhu. She said a few devotees were in the room, and all of a sudden, they heard actually Srila Prabhupada's voice, and they felt the whole parampara was there. And Prabhupada's voice was saying, he's coming with us, he's coming with us. So Prabhupada never forgets, Krishna never forgets any little service we did. But Prabhupada will never forget any little service we do, all generation combined. So, I wanted to tell Srila Prabhupada that we understand that there is no separation, although he left this mortal world. Srila Prabhupada is with us when the devotees selflessly are actually spreading the holy name, when they are distributing prasadam, like here, such a wonderful distribution of prasadam. It's like a miracle. We went this morning on a tour and we were just so impressed. And I was imagining Srila Prabhupada walking and seeing everything you created, everything the engineers did, the railway, the crane, to actually lift the tons of prasadam. Prabhupada is actually very, very happy with all of you. He's also with us when we distribute, of course, the wonderful books, his books, when we serve the deities, when we wash the floor, when we wash the plates. So Prabhupada is with us whenever we cooperate together for the mission, when we try to develop humility, tolerance, he is with us also. When we are grateful, facing adversity. So Srila Prabhupada is with us with a spiritual seeker is actually starting to practice Krishna consciousness. It's a great victory. So my prayers, my constant prayer to Srila Prabhupada, and it's a prayer we share, all of us. It's actually also a prayer that dear Yamuna Devi wrote. It's we're just praying that in our next life, in our next destination, we will meet again Srila Prabhupada and serve him wherever he wants. Of course, for some who are very, very pure, who are actually spreading the mission in such a wonderful way, the ticket back home, back to Godhead is already granted. But even for some of us, if that ticket is not granted, we're just praying to go to a place where maybe Srila Prabhupada is actually spreading Krishna consciousness. And I was praying in that way when one god brother, Vayasaki, told me the following story. He said, one disciple asked Srila Prabhupada, if you come back to preach in this material world, where would you like to go? And Prabhupada replied, according to Vayasaki, I would like to go back not to go back. I would like to go to hell. And I was shocked, because I'd been, I'd been praying to go where Prabhupada would go. But then I realized if we go and help Srila Prabhupada in his presence, hell will become the spiritual world. So, dear devotees, we just pray that Srila Prabhupada's fame, glories, the remembrance of all his sacrifices to give Lord Chaitanya's mercy to all the conditional suffering soul will never be forgotten. That it will always be known by the future generation as our beloved Acharya, as the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, that his position will never be diminished, but that the whole world for all the generations to come will always glorify Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mandagini Mataji. So now we'll have the prayers sung in separation of departed Vaishnavas, Jayanilo Premadana.
संजय लगा दिया कनेक्शन आया हाँ बस हो कोई काम कर मेरा डेयरिंग में आगे जाने का तू जा महाराज मेरे को हकाल देंगे ठीक है चल जाता मैं चलो क्या हो गया चल ठीक है मैं जाता हूँ एक मिनट में जाता हूँ होटल में मेरे जान जाएंगे रे
premadhana karuna pracho Nila premadhana aruna pracho Eno Prabhu Kota Kela Acharya Ako Eno Prabhu Kota Kela Acharya Thakur Ahamora Swarupa Kahasanatha Ahamora Swarupa Kahasanatha Ahadasaragunatha Atita Bhava Kahadasaragunatha Atita Bhava Kartik Patha Yuga Kaha Kavira Kaha Mora Patha Yuga Kaha Kavira Eka Kode Kotha Kela Koranatha Asane kotibo mata anade pasibo Gauranga Punerani Kota Gile Pabo Gauranga Punera Nidhi Kota Gile Pabo Sesapa Sangira Sange Jikoilo Vila Sesapa Sangira Sange Jikoilo Vila Se sangana paya khande narothamota Se sangana paya khande naro thamoda Jayanilo prema dana karuna pracho Jayanilo prema dana karuna pracho Heno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur Heno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari Jaya Nilo Prema Dhana Karuna Pracho Jaya Nilo Prema Dhana Karuna Pracho Heno Prabhu Kotha Kela Acharya Heno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. 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 He who brought the treasure of divine love and who is filled with compassion and mercy. Where is such a personality to be found? Where are my Swarup Damodar and Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatan? Where is Raghunath Das, the savior of the fallen? Where are my Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta? And where is Krishnadas Kaviraj? Where did Lord Gauranga, the great dancer, suddenly go? I will smash my head against the rock and enter into the fire. Where will I find Lord Gauranga, the reservoir of all wonderful qualities? Being unable to obtain the association of Lord Gauranga, accompanied by all of these devotees, in whose association he performed his pastimes, Narottam Das Thakur simply weeps. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let us bow our heads. Sincere gratitude with heartfelt will to surrender at the lotus feet of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajama Namamishwaram Sach Anandarupam Lasa Kundalam Gok
नमो देव दामोदर अनंत विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुख जलाभिमग्नम् कृपा दृष्टि वृष्ट्या यक्षित दृश्य कुबेरात्म जौवध मूर्त्यैव यद्वा त्वया मोचितो भक्ति भजो कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकाम्य प्रयच्छ नमो शीघ्रहो मेस्ति दामोदरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.